it's destroyed. And it's totally my fault. I can't believe I would do something so stupid. Just look at it. This is the solar panel. Doesn't look bad, right? Well, guess what? There used to be two cables here. It ripped out right from out here. And the other cable, yeah, the cable ripped out on the other side of that connector too. I'm not sure if that wiring can even be fixed. But let's look at the panel itself. The grommet ripped right out. This one, yeah, was about to be ripped out. Definitely hurt the carabiner. This corner, badly bent. This grommet is still in, but this grommet is ripped out as well. The panel itself otherwise does not necessarily look. This doesn't look like there's actual damage to the panel, but of course you would never know until you test it. Okay, so this is the other side of the panel. It still looks nice, decent, right? I mean, it doesn't look like it was destroyed. Is this something that can actually be fixed? But let me tell you what actually happened. So I was working on a project on my van, and I had to do some work on the roof thingy, kind of. Still unfinished, so I'm not gonna show you yet. But as I was working on it, I was thinking, hey, the sun is shining right on it. Let's put the solar panel up, right? And you remember from my ultimate solar panel video, I put up this beautiful board, I put hooks up and the whole 9 yards so that I can hang the solar panel, and I did, and it was wonderful. And I plugged it into my solar generator, and I received, well, I went from 81% to 86% on the charge. Awesome, I got 5 percentage points on the charge. Just what I wanted. I really wanted more, but here we are. So anyway, so I hang my solar panels. And as you can see, well, there's still some carabiners up here. Well, when I was done, I figured I moved to a new spot. Not too far away. All right, it was literally like maybe 10 blocks down the road. Not the worst. There's a plane. Okay, plane is far enough away. They're so annoying, so loud. It's prime time for those things to come in right now. So I decided that I wanted to go to another spot 10 blocks away, which was by the supermarket. I wanted to get something to eat, and I figured that's a great location where I can still have the solar panel out and get more charge while I'm eating lunch, dinner. And so far, so good. I also decided that, oh, it's just a couple of blocks. I can leave the solar panel on. Yeah. And that's where things went wrong. So, as I got from the parking lot where I was first onto the road, it only took a block and a half before I started hearing a banging noise on my van. And I don't even remember. Did I see it then already and decided to continue? Yeah, that's probably the second part that was bad. So I heard the banging, and of course, you look around, and I looked in my mirror, my side mirror. That guy. And I could see the solar panel here flapping. It was like a sail. I was like, shit. So I slowed down a little bit. I think it was a red light. I was like, can I continue with that? Maybe if I go slow, it's not gonna be so bad, right? Maybe I figured I was going too fast. So when the light turns green, I continue. And yeah, God, another plane? Seriously? God, that's annoying. So it didn't take long, and the solar panel was flapping again like a sail in the wind. And I was like, okay, this is no good. This is not gonna work. As I was trying to pull over, I was still keeping an eye on my mirror so I could see. I could see the solar panel rip off from the first, carabiner, and you can see the carabiner is still here, and the grommet is still on it. And then it ripped off from the second one. I guess in this case, the carabiner broke, right? There's no longer a spring in here. And the what do you call that? And the grommet slipped right out of it. The third one, that's this one. Right? This time the carabiner came off the hook. And I could see it, and I was slowing down, and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then, obviously when it came off from this one, it was only hanging on this, and it was just a fraction of a second. I could see it flying here, and then all of a sudden, solar panel gone. And I was like, and of course, just like magic, it landed right smack in the middle of an intersection. Actually, was it even? I think even though it was standing very similar to the way I put it up over here. And that, I pulled over, grabbed the solar panel real quick, went back to the van, shoved it in, and continued to my spot so I could inspect the damages. And now we're dealing with another plane. So my next concern was about the cable and my solar generator, because remember, I was still charging. So the moment I got to my destination, I looked at the damage. And my solar generator was still plugged in, but this is what was happening. So I had the panel hang down this way, right? And the outlet, the junction box, was on this side right here, and I plugged this cable in, and then I draped this cable over the top beam over here, past this stanchion over here, and finally through the window, which was open only a little bit, into the inside to my solar generator, which was sitting right down there. So it was still plugged in. Well, that was the good part of it. This one was still plugged in because there was literally no strain on that side of the cable. However, let me show you. So this part of the cable was good. Some of this may have seen some strain. I'm not exactly sure when and where. And then here Okay, okay. So here we come into the part where the cable is branching out into two pieces with a red and a black. And this is what I have at the end of the red. That's not actually necessarily a bad thing. So the metal part from the MC4 connector ripped right out of the plastic part. And that is the plastic that we could still see on the panel. We might simply be able to take a new MC4 plastic part and this will still work. That would be perfect, right? The other part of it, the black one, well, this is where the connector is. So technically the cable, this cable, ends right here, right? One connector here, one here. So if I unplug this and just put a new plastic on here, this cable might actually still work. I mean, you had a solar panel hanging on it. I don't know, right? So that is one part. Now this is the adapter cable for the EcoFlow. So I need the MC4 on one side and an XT60 on the other side to charge my EcoFlow from any standard solar panel because they all have MC4 connectors. So right now missing a plug, but if the wire still works, I don't actually know. So the other side, this part is, well, this part belongs into the solar panel. This is what ripped out of the junction box from the solar panel itself, and I don't know if that's fixable. I would have to open that up, take a look, take a meter to it maybe. Not that I know what I'm actually doing. I'm sure there's a YouTube video on that subject out there somewhere, but maybe you can figure it out. Maybe you can just rewire it. If that was the case, it would be absolutely awesome. But if that is not the case, then I just destroyed, ouch, then I just destroyed a $300 solar panel. Wow. Not a happy camper. Not a happy camper at all. So what are we gonna do? So, well, what I'm gonna do, what I did already, I already ordered a new adapter cable because I have a second solar panel. I know, you've never seen that, right? Because I never actually put two translation, I never actually put two solar panels out. I don't know why. That's why I've never seen the second one. It's still sitting in its sleeve in the back of my van. So once I get the new cable, I can still charge my EcoFlow with the new cable and the second solar panel. So that gives me a little bit of time and leeway to figure out if and how I can potentially fix the first solar panel, if it's fixable. So yeah, that is a very painful experience. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. This is not how I had it planned. Financially, this is a big setback, which doesn't come as a surprise. I got a ticket last night too. That's probably gonna be $100 or so. Yeah, reality of life. There's always gonna be setbacks. Not happy, but it is what it is. So I destroyed one solar panel. Things might still work. Now, what is the lesson? What is the real lesson? Anything that is not fastened down properly is a hazard. Now with this, I was moving slowly. I was in town. I was on the right side of the road, and the solar panel had no place to go really to do any external damage. not a whole lot anyway. But imagine I would have had a solar panel installed on the roof, which is something I'm about to do. So it becomes such an important thing to remember for me that you have to fasten these things down really well. Overdo it if you can. You know, if the recommendation is three bolts or screws, make it 6. I don't care. You never ever want something to come off your van roof when you're on a highway. Imagine it's like a projectile. If it's solar panel, imagine the whole 200 watt solar panel, right? Comes right off, flies off the roof at 60 miles an hour. Do you want to be that car behind it? I don't think so. Super dangerous, you know. So you gotta remember that it's everything has to be fastened down really, really strongly. And the moment you see a problem, you gotta fix. Like when I first noticed it and I stopped at the red light, the damage wasn't done yet. I should have just immediately stopped and disconnect the solar panel. You know, don't continue for another, oh, let me just go to the next exit. No. The moment the problem starts, at the moment the problem accelerates. So delaying does not actually help you at all. Not in a case like this. There's a lot of things that you can ignore in life, but this turns into a shitstorm within seconds. And that is what it did for me. So yeah. So what I got to do now, well, I don't have any solar panels or cables to charge with, so I'm probably going to remove the board, which I haven't taken down in a while, and I'm gonna put it back inside. This actually will help me to work on a different part of my project. But yeah, destroyed the solar panel in an eye blink. Don't be that guy. Don't be me. Learn the lesson from an idiot. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Yeah, I wish I had better news, but this is it. So you guys all peace out, have fun, stay safe, don't be stupid. You know better.